Good morning, Yelm students. I am excited to host the Professionals by Pathway Career Exploration event to help students connect their learning to career opportunities. My name is Skylar, and I am excited to welcome James Benham as our guest today.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Sergeant Benham with the Washington Army National Guard. I'm excited to help you guys learn today a little bit more about the Guard, some of the benefits and career opportunities that are available to you.
Okay, so before we get started, I want to remind everyone that this is being recorded so future students can benefit from our speakers. We have the next 30 minutes to learn about this career field, the education that is needed to enter and grow within the industry, and what advice our speaker has for our students. And lastly, we will be monitoring any questions that students may submit. All right, so let's get started. Students can learn about various professions and how they can prepare for the future. James, can you tell us about your career field and how to get started, the growth opportunities, pay, and more?
Yeah, so I've actually started a presentation here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. It's going to go through some of the benefits and things that are available to individuals through the Guard. And then after that, I'll go into a little bit more detail about what I do specifically as a recruiter and the things that I need to help succeed myself in this career field. Can you hear it?
Yep.
In 1636, long before our country was known as the United States of America, the National Guard was established as our first military institution. But what is the National Guard? What is the purpose? How is it organized? And most important, why do people join? The purpose of the National Guard is twofold. One, to have a standing force of trained soldiers ready to move at the direction of a state's governor in times of natural disasters or emergencies. And two, to be mobilized federally in times of war and national need. That service could be close to home or overseas. The National Guard is distinct in that Guard members serve part-time and are known as citizen soldiers. At a minimum, they train 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year so that they are ready to respond whenever and wherever they are needed. In exchange for their service to their communities and country, National Guard soldiers receive compensation, as well as numerous benefits. First, the National Guard will help pay for a 4-year college education or vocational school. In many cases, the Guard covers up to 100% of those education costs. And in the National Guard, you can serve part-time, close to home, while you attend college full-time. So you protect your own community where your part-time service will have the best, most direct effect on the people who matter most to you. National Guard members receive paid career training and earn a steady paycheck. There are also opportunities for advancement. By law, Guard pay increases the longer you serve. And as a National Guard member moves through the military ranks, each promotion earned is coupled with an increase in pay. National Guard members are also eligible for low-cost life insurance, healthcare benefits, and a 401k type savings plan. If you serve 20 years, you get a military retirement in exchange for your part-time service. Maybe the best benefit is the hardest to put into words. Serving just feels good. If it's your nature to help, you can't do more to help yourself, your family, and community than by becoming a part of the Army National Guard.
All right, so that was my little video I had. It does go into detail about a lot of different things and pretty much just the broad spectrum of what the National Guard is and what the benefits are for you. We have over 250 different types of jobs to choose from. Really is a broad spectrum of depending on your ability, on your skills, and the likes and desires that you have. And you can couple them with your civilian career field too. That way you can then get advanced training that other individuals in the career field cannot. Some of the education benefits, a lot has changed over the last year, okay? The new Senate bill that went into effect allows for 100% tuition assistance for any state school. And as far as the private schools go for, we will match up to the highest paying state school that will be available to you. So, and coupled with that, when you can use your FTA, which is your federal tuition assistance, Okay, that is $4,000 a year that you get for just being in the military. Okay, you can use that for school, towards your associates, bachelor's, your master's. We also have the Montgomery Gi Bill, which pays out for $385 per month into your pocket just to go to school full time. So if you're using your GI Bill, you're literally getting paid just to go to school. On top of that, any individual that scores over a 50 on their ASVAB gets what's called a GI Bill kicker. Okay, this is an extra $250 a month that goes directly into your pocket just for going to school full time. We also have different programs through ROTC and Minutemen scholarships, things like that, that are available to individuals who want to be able to go to school but may not have the means or don't want to graduate with a massive amount of debt. So there's a lot of different things. The ROTC scholarship does help with room and board, books, everything that comes into play that you need for college. The student loan repayment program are for individuals that have already gone to school and are going to school and want to enlist and have all their debts paid for. We pay up to $50,000 of your student loans. That's a huge amount when you don't want to have to pay those loans back, and you can do a part-time service and have your debt wiped. Okay, so huge, huge incentives. We also do something, this doesn't necessarily cover it, but we also have what's called credentialing programs, and the Guard will pay for you to get credentialed into pretty much anything that you can possibly think of. Outside the Guard, I am a Class A truck driver and crane operator. So I have my certifications that I got through the Guard that now allows me to do jobs on the civilian side that will be greatly paid out. So with the crane card, it was going to cost me about $1,200 to $2,500 to get my certification. But instead, the Guard paid 100% of it and actually paid me while I went to school to be able to do that. As well as with my Class A, right? Those cost $6,500 to $8,000 for a 5-week course. Now the Guard paid for the entire thing, plus paid me while I was going to school to be able to receive those benefits. Really certain things to think about. My specific trades that I chose are not the only things available. There's pilots, plumbing, electricians, lots of different variety and ability to help you in whatever career field that you're wanting to do. Adventure. I love adventure. I love doing things that will allow me to get my adrenaline pumping, get me excited. And so there's a lot of different opportunities for adventure in the Guard. You can go to a range of schools: Air Assault School, Ranger School, Pathfinder School, Master Fitness Trainer. A lot of these you probably don't understand or know what it is. Air Assault School is actually a school which you learn how to rappel out of helicopters. Ranger School is just that, Ranger School. Pathfinder School is a certain field that allows you to help and to locating mines, things like that. Master Fitness Trainer is exactly that, learning how to be the best at fitness. You're going to learn a lot about the proper forms, muscle groups, and things like that to help yourself excel in your physical fitness. We have disaster relief, right? So all those wildfires that just happened, we had a lot of Guards members volunteer to go help with that. They all became Red Card certified, which if you're looking at trying to work for the forestry department, firefighting, things like that, that is a huge certification to have right off the get that will help you advance you in your training and your application so that it's a competitive field, but this will help you be able to step up above your peers, okay? We also deploy worldwide. So there is a group that's going to Poland to help train the troops. There's another group of individuals that are going to Kuwait to help with a mission there. We have a Pacific Pathways set up so that individuals going out to Thailand and Guam, things like that, they're going to be going over there and helping with the troops as well. There's a lot of different aspects and things that the Guard can help you, and adventure is definitely one of them. Now, money. Money is a big part, right? Everyone here watching this is probably thinking, hey, what can I do and how much is it going to pay me to join, right? So it is a part-time job. It is not a full-time job. So the pay is a lot different. You get roughly about $200 a weekend starting off as a private in the National Guard, okay? And then once you race to the ranks, I was making about $350 to $400 as an E5. That goes up through, and like the presentation said, every year you get a pay increase more and more. And as you go through the ranks, you get more and more pay increases. Okay. We have a lot of different MOSs. The MOS specific does not pay different things. So every MOS, every job, every rank is paid the same. Okay. So individuals who are going through basic training and AIT roughly make about $1,600 a month. And so that allows you to come back and have a nice chunk of savings to be able to buy a car, purchase an apartment, put a down payment, things that can help you in the long run. We also have enlistment bonuses for specific jobs in the military that will pay up to $12,500. It is not a lump sum. It's paid out through the length of your contract. So that's things to consider as well. Now, the Washington Army National Guard provides an excellent service for both you and your country, okay? We are not just in the communities, but we help our country. So a lot of individuals think, I'm going to join the Guard, and it's just like the regular military where I'm going to join and I'm going to go to Florida, I'm going to go to New York, Washington, wherever, and go all over the world. And you have that availability if you want to, but the thing is with the Guard, you stay home. You stay here with your community, stay with your family, and you're able to have your career and follow your dreams while having the foundation to really help support you in those goals. And that's kind of the hardest part when starting off your dreams and starting off in your careers, is not being able to have a solid foundation to really go. And you're going to fail sometimes. You're going to have things that are going to stop you. And so this allows you to go through and have that foundation so that you're never just constantly hitting rock bottom. Okay. Now, enlistment options, okay? Some of you are juniors on here, sophomores, seniors, freshmen even, okay? When you're looking through this, you're gonna see here that the juniors are gonna be able to join now at 17 years old, okay? What that does is allows you to join as a junior, go to basic training, your junior, during the summer of your junior year, and then come back to go to your senior year. And after you're done with your senior year and you graduate, then you go to your individual training and get to learn how to do all that. It's a really best way to set yourself up for success, because you start getting your retirement, you start getting your pay the day you enlist. So the whole time while you're in school, you're making pay, you're going once a month, you're learning on different training, we're preparing you for basic training. You get done with your junior year, you go to basic, you come back in the best shape of your life, you're excited, you start senior year, you're still with your friends, you're still with your family, you get to enjoy your whole senior year. And then when you graduate, you'll have a ship date that you'll then go to AIT. And you're already a soldier, you're already going through everything. And it really is the best part, because you get to go to AIT and come back and you're done. You are in your unit and you're in your training. So it really allows you to help support you and succeed. Now, enlisted or officer, this is always going to be a battle in the military. Who's better, who's worse? It really all depends on your goals in life and what you feel your best options are. I wanted to be a on the ground, hands in the mud, hands-on individual. And so I decided to be enlisted because it allows me to be more focused on the individual work and on not necessarily just the training, but allow to help individuals as well. Officer side of the house, you're more of a leader in the sense that you're overseeing everybody. You're having to do a lot of admin side, you're having to help them out with planning and things like that. So it's a huge aspect on the two different sides. ROTC program is available for college, so that's something really to look into and to consider if that is the way you want to go. Now, benefits, okay? There's a lot of different kind of benefits that go with the Guard. I could literally sit here for the next 3.5 hours and just go over all these different benefits that are in the Guard. But to just kind of break it down into our time frame, we have the VA home loan. That is huge. So individuals that are 17 that enlist, you can be a homeowner at the age of 23. Plain and simple. It's a huge benefit. I'm 31 years old and I just bought my first house. So that is kind of the big perk, okay? Now, low cost health and life insurance. Okay, a lot of you are probably not thinking, oh, I don't really care about life insurance and health insurance. I really don't need. I'm on my parents' plan, kind of thing. You're right, you are, but you won't be forever, and that's where this comes into play, because health insurance for an individual like yourself will be able to get $46 a month for full coverage. You're not going to pay that anywhere else, and never find that with any job you have, no matter what, right? And if you go down the long lines and start your family, you can now cover your entire family for $221 a month and have complete health, vision, dental, everything covered just for that little bit amount. And when you're already doing your once a month drill, you're getting paid that amount anyway, so you don't have to have that associated cost in with your budget. Now, the Tricare dental plan is actually set aside from everything else because it's a really great plan, okay? But it's only $12 a month for complete dental health insurance. My daughter's braces right now are only gonna end up costing me about $1,000 instead of $7,000. That's a huge price for individuals once they become parents to start associating costs and cutting things down. Talk again with the technical certifications, okay? That will allow you to then get certified in any career field you want. So in the Guard, we actually have 12 series, which are electricians, plumbers, carpenters, masons. We have all those in the military, and you get the training that you need to come back. So if you're looking at going into a specific field, the Guard, when they get you your training, you come back without all your apprentice time. So instead of having to do 4.5 years of apprentice service, you would only do your 6-month school, come back, and you can already qualify as a level 1 journeyman. You take your state test, and there you are. You're making $80+ an hour as an electrician, or you're a pipe fitter and you're making $70 to $75 as an 18-year-old. I don't know any of you that can say that you can go out in the world right now without the benefits of the Guard and get a job that's going to pay you $70 to $80 an hour just for your training. It's huge, huge. So military discounts. Everybody knows about military discounts, right? The 10% off of Applebee's or, Jack in the Box gives you 15%. There's a lot of different discounts as well. But the thing that really helps you out, that there are discounts available to, like I said, with the VA home loan, having a no-cost home loan that allows you to, little to no money down, plus a very low interest rate is huge in this world today. Retirement benefits. Okay, a lot of you are 17, 18 years old. I don't need to worry about retirement. I'm far from that, right? But think about it. You're 17 years old. You enlist now. You're now going to be able to retire at the age of 38 years old. That means you're 38 years old in your prime, and you're still going to be able to now not have to work for the rest of your life because you're receiving your benefits. Okay, there's a lot of things that can go into that, and you can get a whole nother career and do a double pension as well, all for just your little bit of time that you did while you're serving part-time in the military service. Now, I can go on, but the biggest thing to take away from this is that your skills that you're learning now in school, the communication skills, your technical skills, your administrative skills, there's a lot of different things that go into play with this, and you really need to consider it when going into the military, because you can't just bare minimum and then try to join. You need to really take consideration that your high school education is going to be paramount for your success in the rest of your life. Eligibility, okay? We have 3 different things that we go through, among others, but these are the 3 major things that are going to help you be eligible for the National Guard, which is 1, your test skills, okay? Your ASVAB. Being able to take the ASVAB, which Yelm High School will be providing here soon. Sign up for it, take it. The ASVAB doesn't lock you in and makes it so that you have to join the military now, but it'll allow you to know what your options are. Taking the ASVAB, seeing what your scores, and then coming and talking with me is really going to help you see all the options and benefits and the different career paths that are available for you. Moral background. So if you have felonies, hopefully none of you do at 17 years old, but it happens, okay? Just go through all that, and we can work with a lot of you. So if you think, oh, hey, I got that ticket or I got in trouble that one time, you're not ineligible. Come talk to us. We can really help you out, okay? Physical. things that we don't mess around with in the military is your head, your heart, and your lungs, okay? If you have issues with any of those, we would sit down one-on-one basis and go over that, and we will determine your eligibility on a case-by-case basis. Okay. Now, questions. If you have any questions, I think they're going through the different chat blocks, going through everything, trying to see what's available for you. And so let's see here. I don't see anything in the chat yet. So again, my name is Sergeant Benham. I am with the Washington National Guard. I will give these slides over to Ms. Mathis and have those available for you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm always available. My phone is literally always next to me. So please don't hesitate to ask.
That was a really great presentation. I remember when I came to you first, that's basically, you restated everything. That was awesome. Very good. I actually have a question that some students may question also. What is the required like workout and stuff, you know? Because a lot of students worry about that. I worry about that since I'm joining the National Guard.
Yeah.
So like, what is the standard? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I understand. So the physical standard comes down to your height and weight, right? And it really depends on the individual basis. And that's something that we can definitely sit down and talk about. Don't necessarily go off with just what the standards are online, because those are, yes, the minimum and maximum requirements. But when it comes down to what you're eligible for, it really is on a case by case and depends on a lot of different measurements. The measurement of your neck, the measurement of your waistline, your body mass index, things like that. So there's no certain cookie cutter that everybody falls into. Everybody's situation is a little bit different. And if you're talking about physical standards as far as PT, things like that, we now switched over to the Army Physical Fitness Test. Okay, so the APFT, which is the Army Fitness Test, fitness test is gone. So we're now doing things like a deadlift, a leg tuck, which is, grab on a pull-up bar and you're pulling yourself up and pulling your knees to your elbow, things like that. There's a lot of different things that go into that you can helps with individuals that may have a different spectrum than other just push-ups, sit-ups, and a run. So.
Yeah, I did not know that. I thought we had to do like 25 push-ups, 45 sit-ups, and I've been practicing that in my room. Oh my God. So now that I know have to do deadlifts, I'm like, okay, let's just.
Yeah, and Skylar, and that's where I come into play. And like we said, we will help you get there. Coming into the office like you are today, and we're going to get a good workout in and help you train and get you prepared. My job is to help get you eligible and make sure that you are going to enjoy and get you trained for basic training, especially like an individual like yourself. Just because of where you're at now doesn't mean that's where you are always going to be at. You can always change and succeed with the right guidance. And that's where I come into play, and to help you and guide you and support you into obtaining your goal of joining the National Guard.
One more question that I have personally. Do you guys still do like the 2-mile run and you have to do it under 15 minutes? Is that still like? So
the 2-mile run is now, the standards are based now off of your job, okay? So you have different standards and different levels depending on what job field. I personally am what's called a heavy, right? And so I am on the top standard due to the fact that our job requirements are a lot more physically demanding. So an individual that may be admin side or in different areas, they're gonna be on the lower end and would have to do less of that requirement. You understand what I'm saying? So I may have to do a 15 of the push-up hand release, right? But you may only have to do 2. It really just depends on the standard. So it's not female and male standards anymore. It's now broken down to the job and what you're wanting to do for that job.
Okay, that's really helpful. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions for James?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, James, and a lot of things that I've noticed with students in the past, especially in my classroom, is they always kind of want to know why you chose to pursue this career and what you love about it the most.
Yeah, so I've actually been in the military for a pretty long time. I joined in 2010. I actually joined active duty first because for me in my situation, I needed to leave immediately and I needed to have a full-time position immediately. So I joined the active duty Army right away. It was good and I enjoyed my time and I loved the training and I loved the experiences and the friendship and the bonds that I've created. But life changes and we all know that. And so I then went into what's called the reserves. It's the reserves is part of the active duty Army, which is similar to the National Guard in the sense that they only do 1 week in a month and 2 weeks during the summer. I was driving boats for the military and I loved it and it was great. But then I learned about the National Guard. Unfortunately, when I first started looking into the military, I did not know about the Guard. I didn't have any Guard recruiters. And so I didn't know about the benefits and support that the Guard does. So now later in my career, I decided that the National Guard was the best bet for me because I wanted to stay here, local with my family. I wanted to watch my kids grow up and be able to go through their schools and not have to worry about jumping from school to school to school, state to state to state. It really just depends. And so I joined because I love the fact, the brotherhood and the camaraderie in the family. Individuals that I've gone through training with are still my closest and deepest friends that I've had, and we're spread out throughout the United States. I can literally drive from here to the other side of the United States, and any state that I stop into, I can stop and see a friend or see someone I've met along the way and be able to have that connection and that friendship. It's really big for me in the family because I know my family has this network of individuals and people that can help us. It's just a matter of me asking. So that's one of the reasons why I joined. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Definitely. I like asking those questions because I feel like some students can maybe relate to like certain situations that maybe you went through and that's what got you towards this. I really appreciate the fact that you, even though it was in a military, but you changed the different branches you were in. And I feel like that will tell students as well that it's okay if one doesn't fit the first time. Yeah. It's okay to change. You can make choices further down the road.
That's the best part about the Guard as well, is that the Guard allows you to have benefits and have options. With active duty side, it is a lot harder to be able to have different options, different changes in your career while you're in. The Guard allows you to have that flexibility and the movability to go from place to place or job to job. So if you have a job, as long as you're within that training and you've held that job for at least a year, you're eligible to move around. So we have an individual here that she's actually been in 5 different jobs in her career and has changed MOSs and experienced different things and learned different skills, all because the Guard allows you to have that foundation, have that support. So.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Of course.
So Nicole, I have to leave, so may I pass the host privileges to you?
Yes, ma'am. I think Melissa's doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
We have, bye Skylar, we'll see you soon.
Bye everyone.
Bye,
Thank you for having me.
And we have about 2 more minutes. Melissa, if you have any more questions to fire over at James.
Let's see here. You mentioned most of this, the information. What I really liked that you talked about, if you can maybe elaborate a little bit more on the ASVAB test. So you're encouraging students to just take the test just to kind of get the idea, or?
Yeah. So the ASVAB actually with your school too, and taking the school ASVAB will help meet state requirements for graduation as well. But it really helps support you because even if you're not thinking about the military, or even if you think, hey, you know what, I'm never going to join the military, that's never an option, it still allows you to see what you would do because you don't know what you know until you know what you don't know. Okay. The hardest part with knowing that is the fact that any opportunity you don't take to just see where you're at, it's just like trying to apply for a loan or applying for a house or a credit card or a car. You don't know what you can afford really and get until you actually apply and see what's available. So individuals taking the test, you make that state requirement and it helps you out But then at the end of the day, you can still, I'm going to call every single one of you that takes that test, and I'm going to give you your score. And I'm going to let you know, hey, you did really great on the ASVAB, and this is what your score are. Are you interested in learning a little bit more about the military and what your benefits and your options are? Or, hey, no, it's not for me. Okay, hey, I understand. I'm not a pushy recruiter. I like individuals. If you're interested and you want information, sweet. If you want to actually do it, I can help you with that as well. Either way, I'm here to support my community. I'm here to support Young, and that is my job, and that is my passion, because I do live in your community. I live in this area. So it allows me, you're going to see me at the store. You're going to see me walking around. I'm not going anywhere. So, if also too, anybody out there that's watching this, if you see me out and about, just come say hi. I'm happy to meet you. So.
I have one last question for you, and this is not on the little script. I think it's just because, my father was in the military and my stepdad was in the military as well. But how many times will you become active? Like if you're in the National Guard, do you get called often to go overseas and that kind of stuff?
So technically, the way the Guard works is a rotation of 4 years. Okay, every 4 years, a unit will be eligible for a deployment or to have a certain mission, right? And so with the Guard, we are a volunteer force, all right? And so individuals will have a mission, and your unit will be assigned to a mission. But if you're in a different unit, hey, I heard you guys are going to Poland and I would like to go on deployment. I want the money, I want whatever, whatever your individual situation is, you can then apply and volunteer for that mission to help support, because the unit may get the mission and they only have 50% of the people that they need to achieve that mission. They're going to put it out to everybody and say, hey, whoever wants to help, we need support.
That's really neat. That's really cool. Because I only remember my stepdad having to fight 2 fires and then go to Kuwait once in the 35 years that he was in and I guess it was the Army Reserve, but it started out National Guard. So yeah, that's awesome to know.
Yeah, he was actually the first sergeant over one of the unit like we were talking about earlier. So it's pretty. It's what's another thing about the military is no matter where you're at and where you go, you're always going to meet somebody, and it's a very small world, and we're a very tight-knit family. So joining the Guard allows you to have a community and a network that not a lot of people have, because we are a strong force.
Yep, that's very true. Small world for sure, but it's young.
Yes. So
we have hit our half hour and then some because because you're awesome to talk to, right?
Yes.
So students, if you have any more questions about the National Guard or the jobs that are available in the Guard and what it takes to get those jobs, make sure to reach out to Sergeant Benham. His information is on the Career Center webpage. You can also contact me, and I'd be happy to put you in direct contact with him. That's easier to get a hold of me.
And then you can either call or text or email, whatever is more convenient and easier for you. So
perfect. Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.